Hey Ringside crew. Welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and I am absolutely honored to have a young lady on the podcast that is absolutely blazing a trail for herself. Introduce yourself to my internationally known audience.
Hey everyone, I'm Piper Reynolds. I am based in Scotland and I've been wrestling for, I think, just over a year now.
Wow. Awesome. So, what does it feel like to be part of this next push of the young wrestlers to be able to take over the kingdom of independent wrestling in Scotland?
It feels honestly incredible. I have some of the best coaches out there and I work with some of the best people and I wouldn't have it any other way. Everyone is amazing and we're all working towards the same thing.
Wow. Awesome. I think that's so cool. And I find it amazing that you've only been it for two months? And let's go back to when you first decided to get into this world of independent wrestling. Like, what were some of the big reasons why you became a wrestler?
Well, I actually grew up around wrestling. My uncle is a wrestler. And so I grew up watching him and wrestling was always on in my house. So I kind of grew up around it and I've loved it pretty much since the day I was born.
Oh wow! So what were some of the wrestlers you loved to watch as a young lady?
From like the Scottish scene, people like Rosie Knight, my uncle obviously, Mike Musso, people like that. But people from like WWE, I would probably say likes of Liv Morgan, AJ Lee, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, people like that.
Wow, awesome. So, did it take you a while to decide that it was fit for you? Because it was in your house, you watched all these people, you idolized them. Who was the one that finally put you over the edge and said, it's like Lion King, wherever the light goes, you own. So who was the one that decided to give you the boost and told you join us?
Probably my uncle. I've always looked up to him and he's been such a good wrestler. And he was the one that kind of told me, like, just try it. And I did, and I ended up loving it.
Wow. So when you finally walked through the doors of your training facility, who was what was it like? Were you excited? Were you nervous?
I was very nervous, but I was really excited. I was surrounded by some of the best wrestlers in Scotland. So that was really nerve-wracking, but I knew I was going to get good training. So it was worth it.
So what was it? What was this first? Do you remember what the first things you learned in the training?
Probably rolls and bumps. My coach kept it for the first few weeks very with the fundamentals, making sure I knew how to bump safely, roll safely, do everything safely before I went to like the bigger moves.
So now that you're a full-fledged wrestler now for 2 months, like what has been the toughest part of it being such a young wrestler?
Probably, I'm not too sure about that. Probably just the fact that I'm still learning. I'm still learning from everyone around me, and I still have a long way to go in my career.
So, who was your first match?
My first match was back in April 2024, and it was actually last minute. So I was against Rosie Knight, but the person that she was meant to be against pulled out last minute. So I think I got like 2 hours notice to do it.
What was that like? Only 2 hours notice. That's like Oh, that's like being at home being in your pajamas and your boss calls you and says, "Hey, blah 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 called out today. Can you come in?" And you're still in your pajamas drinking your coffee with like me, Louis.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I was very nervous up until I got out there, and then when I got out there, I just totally, like, I don't know, just fell in love with it. And I was like, this is what I'm meant to do.
awesome. Did you have your gear? Do you have did you have your merch? Do you have your gear bag that day? Or some people don't think they're on the show, so they don't bring their bag.
No, I had ordered gear because my debut was coming up, but it hadn't arrived yet. So I ended up wearing Rosie Knight's debut gear.
Oh God.
So that was nice.
Jeez. Do you remember how the match went? Was it like, is it online, that match, or is it not online?
I believe it's still online. It was online for a bit. I'm not sure if it still is. I think it is.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. If it is online when we're done on Instagram, just if you could find it, send it to me. I'll definitely scan it. I want to check it out. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I noticed your gear now with the purple and the light blue. Who made your gear?
It's actually a place, I believe, over in America, I think they are. It's called Odyssey Designs. And yeah, she is amazing at gear.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Have you debuted that gear yet, though?
No, not yet. Hopefully
Oh,
soon.
okay. I guess the ringside crew is privileged to see the gear on the poster. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there any female wrestlers that you have on your bingo card that you wanna wrestle?
Oh, there's a good few. Angel Hayes is definitely one. I've tagged with her, but I've not had a match against her, so I think that would be really fun. There's quite a few in Scotland that I've not been against that I would love to wrestle. But in America wise, definitely people like Liv Morgan and that. I've always looked up to her. I always thought she was amazing.
I would love to see you wrestle Billy Starks.
Oh, that would be good.
Because here we go. This is gonna give you chills. She is a Dudes at Ringside alum.
Is she?
Yes, you're gonna, and this is gonna make you even more be proud. You matched her because she was on the podcast her second year in the business. 2 years, her second year in the Indies.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, she was so young when she came on the podcast, and it was so. I see her now. When I saw she got signed by AEW, I was like, oh my God, she's so young. She's such a baby. I think they see something in her. That's why they would bring her there.
Yeah.
When it comes to you being so new and young, and does it ever make you think, like, make you feel like, wow, I'm doing this so young, and like I got to be careful what I do because you're still in school. Like, does that affect your training and the shows for you?
Not all the time. Obviously, if I have to take like a Friday off from school because I have a show, that maybe affects it somewhat. But yeah, not all the time.
Have you ever got like a black and blue on your arm or leg, and then you have to go back to school the next day, and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
What happened there?"
Yeah. No, there's been a lot of bruises and that, and I come back in and everyone's like, "What happened to you?"
Oh, that's why I'm like, my fear for you, because you're still in school, and that Billy Starks said that because she liked to take go get like, she likes to get cut, and she went back to school and she had a cut on her head. And the
Yeah.
teacher called her mom and said, "What happened? Why does she have a cut on her head?" And they were like, "Oh, she just takes bumps in wrestling now." And they're like,
Yeah.
"What? Have you ever thought of doing that yet?" Because I know you like, it's for being a young wrestler, they don't take bumps like razors, yet.
I'm not sure. I mean, I probably will end up doing it one day, but I quite like the fact that I'm not doing it just now.
Yeah, keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe. When it comes to packing your bag the week of, like, the day of a show, are you a last minute Lucy or an early bird?
Oh, early bird. I always pack my bag the night before. I make sure I have everything, and then in the morning I check it again.
Yeah, that's very smart, Piper. I find the early birds are always the one that don't forget their tights or their elbow pads or their arm slings or their bandanas. Or you
Yeah.
get to the show and then you're like looking through the bag, where are my elbow pads? Oh no. Like,
Yeah.
does anybody else wear purple and black, purple and blue? Like, dang it. Who else is a medium? um have you ever had any fans come up to you and ask you advice of getting into the business?
Um. Yeah, a couple of them, and a lot of them I've directed them to my coach because my coach is amazing. He's so good at what he does, and so I
Awesome.
always tell them to just speak to him because he'll tell you the best way to get to it. He's so smart and just yeah.
Awesome. So how many times a day do you actually train?
I'm currently doing wrestling training twice a week, and then I try to go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, wow. Here we go. My favorite question, because I'm a huge foodie. What's your favorite food?
Oh, probably pasta.
Ooh, what
A
like what
bit
kind of sauce? We talking white sauce or red sauce?
red.
Okay, okay. I'm ha- I grew up in New York, so people like the white sauce. It's like the creamy white sauce or the red sauce. Do you like it with the meat in it or just plain tomato sauce?
Depends on what mood I'm in. Normally I'll have some like mint or that in it.
Ooh, okay, okay. Um, Here we go. If you had to choose a legendary manager from like the old school WWF to represent you for one night only, what manager would that be and why?
I'm not sure about that. I know he's not like totally old school, but my first thing that comes to my head is Paul Heyman.
Oh my god.
Because yeah, he's amazing.
I hear he is such a nice guy. He brings up as this mean giant fat guy that's like represents
Yeah.
Brock and all these guys, but I hear he's a huge teddy bear. Like
Oh yeah, I would love to work with him. He is probably one of the most amazing managers out there.
and if you impress him, you got him hooked. Like I know
Yeah.
someone I interviewed a guy from Canada that he did something, went to like a tryout, and he did a promo, and he had Paul Heyman jump out of his chair and say, "Sign this guy," and then he walked out.
God,
Yeah,
I was yeah.
awesome. So Piper, if my fans want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
You can mostly find me on Instagram just now. A Facebook account will be coming up soon, but right now it is just Instagram.
Awesome, Piper. If anybody wants to pick up any 8x10s or anything of yours, where can they find it?
If you just DM me on Instagram and I can send some over to you.
Okay. Um, I want to thank you so much, Piper. Again, it was an honor to have you on.
Thanks.
If there was any kids that wanted to get into the business like you did, what kind of advice would you have for them?
Just go for it. It's so worth it. Seeing everyone out there and they're all watching you. They're paying to see you. It's the best feeling ever.
Wow. Awesome, Piper. Again, I want to wish you nothing but the best of luck on your wrestling journey. I definitely want to work with you next year in 2026 because this is amazing and I'm so honored to have a young talent like you that is part of the push for the next generation of indie wrestling. And you know how much I love indie wrestling and a hashtag support independent wrestling. Every post, everything with Dudes at Ringside is always hashtag support independent wrestling. I see a bright future for you, Piper, and I wish you nothing but championships and hundreds of accomplishments. And thank you again. I am Joe Panther the Third. You can find me on the Instagram page, the Dudes at Ringside podcast, on Facebook under the Real Dudes at Ringside. If you want to find me on my personal, it's Joe Panther the Third. I am Joe Panther the Third. Your turn.
Oh, I'm Piper Reynolds.
and we will catch you in the next one.